Hi guys, and welcome to another video where today we're going to attempt to predict the scores and results of week 26 of the Premier League season 2017-2018. But before we get on to week 26, looking back at yesterday's and today's results, which was on week 25, you actually had an amazing week. It's Wednesday night now, we're recording this straight after the matches this evening, and you've actually come away with a magnificent score of 15, and I'm an absolute disaster, come away with a paltry 2 points. In fact, you had 4 perfect scores. You had West Ham and Crystal Palace to draw 1-1, you had Liverpool to beat Huddersfield away 3-0, you had Everton to beat Leicester 2-1, and finally Manchester City to beat West Brom 3-0. Myself, I only had 2 correct results. You had a great week, I had a rubbish week. Well done. Looking at the comments section, the highest scorer down there came in with 10 points, and that was Johnny Cluett. So Johnny, well done with that 10-point haul. Overall, you've got 185 points, I've got 168, meaning you're 17 points ahead now. Last week I think you were about 3 or 4 points ahead, but you've stormed ahead this week. So I just want to crack on with week 26. Yeah. Let's get on with it.
Okay, so first up we have Burnley versus Man City. Now Burnley, they're currently sat in 7th. They haven't been playing well the last few weeks. They did pick up that draw last week, but Man City just running away with it, dominated us, dominated West Brom, and for that reason I'm going to say 3-0 Manchester City.
Yeah, this should be a foregone conclusion, this match. Burnley did pick up an away draw against Newcastle this evening. Man City 3-0 against West Brom, and West Brom had actually come into a little bit of form. They kind of shored up their defence, but Man City quality yet again. The likes of Aguero getting on the score sheet late on in that match. So for that reason, I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Man City. Moving on to the second game and the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturdays, Manchester United versus Huddersfield. Manchester United coming off this evening's 2-0 defeat against Spurs. I think there's going to be a response from them. Mourinho's going to get into them big time in training Thursday and Friday, so I can see a Manchester United victory 2-0. And Alexis Sanchez, he's going to have to step up a little bit. Maybe he'll get his first goal.
Well, Huddersfield, they're in awful form at the moment. They have lost their last 4 matches, especially the one losing 3-0 to Liverpool, I believe yesterday, was it?
Yes.
Yesterday. So I can just see Man United winning this, and for that reason, 4-0 Man United.
Okay, next up we've got Bournemouth against Stoke City. Bournemouth coming off an absolutely stupendous result against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Didn't see that one coming. Callum Wilson popping up with the first goal, of course, and I expect them to continue the good form, and I can see them winning this one narrowly, actually, 2-1.
Interesting. Well, both sides tend to struggle to score in most weeks, Stoke and Bournemouth, but for that reason, I don't think there's going to be many goals in this. But Bournemouth, they do like to get those last-minute equalisers, especially, and Eddie Howe does like the full of running. He does like to get that win, so I'm going to say 1-0 for him.
Okay, fair enough.
Next up, we have Brighton versus West Ham. Now, West Ham, goodbye Andre Ayew, he's off to the other club in South Wales. They don't seem to be making any transfers, really. They haven't been this active in this transfer window. They did try and approach Sol Bamba, that didn't happen. Those talks broke down almost immediately.
If
Brighton,
indeed there were any talks, I doubt there were talks.
Well, that's what I've been reading and stuff. But anyway, Brighton, they just can't score at the moment. This is going to be a really low-scoring game. I think it's going to be close, and it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Yeah,
I agree. I think this one's going to be a draw as well. West Ham coming off that home draw against Crystal Palace, of course, last night, Tuesday evening. Yeah, up front they've got Chicharito at the moment. He's not scoring. Arnautovic is out injured. Can't really see them dominating and destroying a team. Brighton are at home. They're struggling to score. Okay, Glenn Murray scored this evening in that 1-1 draw against Southampton. And I can see this one ending in stalemate 1-1.
Interesting.
Okay, next up we got Leicester City against Swansea City. Swansea improved.
Yeah.
They've beaten Liverpool. They've beaten Arsenal. He's really turned it around down there, Mr. Carvajal, hasn't he? Whether they can do that on the road as well,
I highly doubt it.
I don't know. Leicester going away to Everton, slightly,
really good form,
slightly disappointing against Everton, where they lost 2-1. Maybe that was the effect of Mahrez. It's still late. Will he go out? I know that the talks broke down against Man City, and he won't be going to Man City. Whether any other deal will be done for Mahrez, I don't think there will be. I think he's going to remain.
Yeah.
He'll probably be in the side. Leicester need to have a bit of a response after that defeat against Everton, and I think they're going to sneak a win against an informed Swansea City team.
Yeah, well, I believe that Riyad Mahrez is going to stay at Leicester, mainly because there's like 45 minutes left of the transfer window, and I just can't see anything happening right now. They're not going to get anything in 45 minutes, but yeah, Leicester, they've been playing well. The other team in South Wales, they've been alright, but yeah, I can see Leicester winning this one 2-0, because I just think that they can't score away. Straight up, and we don't know what their away form's been like. They're not the best away, and I just can't see them winning it.
Okay, next up we've got West Brom against Southampton. Both teams in the relegation zone, so they're a real 6-pointer. They really both need the points. West Brom, of course, are rock bottom of the table. Struggling big time. And this one is a difficult match to call. However, I'm going to go for a stalemate on this one, and I can see it ending up as 1-1.
Well, Pardew, he's been trying to turn it around there in the Midlands, but I think he might be able to get something out of this match because it's at home. So I think West Brom are going to go for it on this one, but Southampton, I just can't see them picking up form, and this might be the game where the Southampton fans get their wish and Pellegrino actually goes. So
possibly,
I can see this one being a 1-0 victory to West Brom.
Okay, next up we've got Arsenal against Everton in the evening fixture on Saturday night. Arsenal, coming off against a defeat against Swansea away. I think they've only won once in 7 matches on the road. However, they are strong at home. They've got Aubameyang. Aubameyang. Will he make his debut this Saturday? Possibly. I think they need him. But at home they have been strong. They need a bit of
pace in the side, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing,
even though they have got
the gaps that they've got
up front,
it's not like they need to sign the ones up front.
It's their defence, really.
Their attacking, their midfield is just fine. Ozil, well, he could. I don't know why they let him sign another contract.
I think
that was the worst decision ever, in my opinion. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would want him out personally.
Really?
I would want.
What, just because his attitude, or
mainly his attitude from the way he's been playing?
Actually, the attitude what is perceived in the press. You don't know how it is on the training.
Well, I just don't think he's just good. I wouldn't want him in the club personally.
Really?
But all of the problems with Arsenal just start at the back. They just have so many gaps at the back at the moment. But
I think Koscielny out at the moment.
Koscielny's out. They just need to spend. They should have spent that money on improving the back, personally, in my opinion. But yeah, Everton, they've been playing well as well. I can see this one. However, Arsenal are strong at home, so I can see this one being a 2-1 victory to Arsenal. Yeah, well, I think Arsenal are going to come back after that Swansea defeat. They are at home, very strong, and I can see a 3-1 victory for the Gunners. Next up, the first match on Sunday, we've got Crystal Palace against Newcastle. Both sides, this is a difficult tie to actually predict this one. Both coming off 1-1 draws midweek on Tuesday and Wednesday, of course. Crystal Palace at home, struggling really to score goals as such. They are getting the odd one. Newcastle, what's happening at their club? They're not selling with Mike Ashley. They're stalling it on the amount of money he wants to actually. He needs to lower his offers because he's not going to sell them for that price.
Yeah, but that's the price he's put up, and if the buyers aren't willing to pay that price, then they're not going to. He won't sell, will he?
He's struggle. He's struggling now. If he keeps it at this price, he's going to struggle in the future. And he won't sell.
Well, if they remain in the Premier League, I think he'll get it next season.
Really?
If they go down, then there's no way he's going to get the asking price. So Newcastle going to London. Historically, I think Newcastle have struggled playing in London. I think they have picked up 1 or 2 good results in London this season though. But I think Crystal Palace are just going to sneak this one very narrowly 2-1.
Interesting. Well, like you say, Newcastle always struggle in London. Well, they've been alright this season, but they do traditionally struggle down there. Crystal Palace, they struggle to score. Close match. Don't know what's going on with Newcastle, but 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Maybe you can get it. They can get it early on. Maybe they get it in at the end of the game, steal the victory. But there's not going to be goals in this one.
Okay, the penultimate game of the weekend is Liverpool versus Spurs up at Anfield. Yeah. Both teams coming off good wins in midweek. I think this is going to be another close game. Will there be goals? These, the amount of firepower these teams have got up front and in midfield, you would think so. However, typically in these type of encounters, it's very narrow in the end, and I can see Liverpool just squeezing this one 1-0.
Well, I believe that there are going to be goals in this one definitely, and Liverpool, they've just been on a roll recently. So Spurs, both teams are really strong, but I just think Liverpool are going to win this. Really, I think it's going to be very close, 2-1 to Liverpool. Okay, so the last match is Watford versus Chelsea. Now, Chelsea, they've been struggling recently. They have signed Olivier Giroud to end the scoring woes down there. Watford, they've been signing quite a few players as well in the transfer window. They've been very active, but I can see Chelsea bouncing back and think it's going to be 2-0.
Yeah, as you say, Watford have been very active this transfer window, or coming up to deadline day anyway. I think they've signed 2 players from Barcelona, Deulofeu and Vidal, I believe.
Yeah.
So very impressive signings for Watford. However, they're coming up against a Chelsea team who are coming off the back of a terrible defeat at home against Bournemouth, and Conte, like Mourinho, is going to absolutely rip into his players next couple of days. They're going to be methodical in their tactics, and I can actually see them going away to Watford on Monday evening and gaining a narrow 2-1 victory. So guys, once again, thank you for watching. As always, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description below. All you need to do is copy and paste and put them in your comment, leave your predictions, and as Johnny Cluett found to his amazement, he actually had a shout out, and it could be your turn in the next video. But for now guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.